Can we use AI to create subtitles for our videos? So can you read this? So we own and run several online courses and have been doing that for a few years. So we have a course in strategy and financing of properties, and we have some spreadsheets that we're selling in Danish. We do get a lot of requests from people who are speaking English, and they are interested in watching our course, watching our content on YouTube, and therefore it would make sense to add subtitles to these videos, products in order. So these people who are foreigners moving to Denmark, wants to learn how to invest in real estate, could potentially watch our content and buy our content, make us some money. So that's what we're going to talk about in this video, is like how we tested something called RUNWAYML to see if we could create subtitles for some of our videos. So the funny thing with this YouTube channel is that actually I think 53% of the people watching our content at this moment are Hindi. So that means they are coming from India, I think. So that's cool. And only 0.5% are Danish, right? So when we look at the content we're creating on this channel, then it might have changed now. We could maybe like potentially target Hindi and maybe translate some of our courses, if we were selling any courses that were relevant for that, into Hindi. So the thing as an example here for adding subtitles to a video is where I'm going to use a video called Sweet AI that we created, and then we're going to use the AI to create subtitles for that video using the transcribe function. In this example, we're going to use something called Runway. It's the app that we used to animate some images with. So we animated this image that we created in Midjourney, and another example of an image we animated using Midjourney. Remember to subscribe to our channel. The Runway has, I think, 26 different tools. So two of the tools it has is like transcript, and then it has one called subtitle. So let's look at the transcript function. So I took the short I created. It's a short about a girl who wants AI to help her make an image move or be animated. So I took that video, it's in English, and then I put it into the transcribe function, and the Runway then generated this. So it's English to English, and then it said sweet, and then AI. So the AI is a little bit off there. It's because she's saying, sweet AI, yes dear, Remy the raindrop is not moving. Oh, I see. Let's make Remy the raindrop move. You're the best AI. I hope you find these animations inspiring and useful. So we made Remy the raindrop move. So the transcription here is actually pretty perfect. So just took the video, listened to what it said in English, and then it transcribed it. So after this, we can click on the edit SRT, edit it directly in the Runway app, or we can simply just download it. If we then have downloaded it, then we can open it in something called like Notepad, and then we have the text there. Then we can manually, if we don't want to use it inside the Runway, we can just move the AI up there, edit it. If we want to have, for instance, Chinese subtitles for this, then we actually need to go into ChatGPT. Then we can ask ChatGPT to translate it. So my wife is Chinese, and then we can say like, translate these subtitles into Mandarin Chinese, and then what ChatGPT will do is that it will translate it into Chinese, Mandarin Chinese. It's not perfect, but it's understandable. So that means like ChatGPT will not do a perfect translation yet, but it still would make sense. And then we could copy it back into the subtitles, and then we could add it to our video in Premiere Pro. I could ask my wife to edit it a little bit so it sounds a little bit better. It would be a lot less work than if she had to transcribe everything herself. So the next thing I tried was I took the video with Remy the raindrop, and then I put it into the transcribe function of Runway, and I was saying, transcribe this. And then what happened was that it was writing something I couldn't understand. So my mom is Dutch. I can read a little bit Dutch, but this makes absolutely no sense to me. So I was like, sheer dier imni. And I was like, okay, let's go to ChatGPT and put that in. So I'm like, translate just dear emni. And ChatGPT says, it appears that the text just dear emni is not immediately recognizable in any standard language. So I'm unable to provide a direct translation without additional context. If you can provide more details or clarify the language, I might be able to assist you further. And then I'm like, Dutch. And it says like, Dutch, just dear emni doesn't seem to be standard Dutch. It might contain misspellings or words from a dialect without further context. It's challenging to provide an accurate translation. I was like confused, and I was like, okay, let's try to do the same thing in the subtitle section. So we went into the subtitle section. That actually looks a lot cooler. So like the layout of the thing is pretty cool when it's adding the subtitles to the video, and we can add, like, go in and actually add the subtitles inside Runway immediately to the video. So that means we could take a video, for instance, from our course, we could dump it into Runway, and then we could actually edit the subtitles live and then export the video with the subtitles. So this is pretty cool, right? Except, why is it still writing the just dear emni? So if we wanted like the Chinese translation, then we could go in here and put it inside, and whoop, then it would get the Chinese translation. It is easier with the SRT and then just dump it into Premiere Pro, for instance. So we're like, why is it doing this, right? What is wrong with the AI, right? Is the AI wrong? Why is it doing this with the Dutch language? But actually it's us that's the problem, right? So the thing we asked the AI to do was to transcribe Dutch to Dutch. And then we give it English. And it's looking at the English, but it thinks it's Dutch. And then it's trying to transcribe the English looking at the Dutch language. And that's why it's writing something that makes no sense. It's because the English words makes no sense in Dutch. So with AI, if we don't understand how to use the tools, or if we give AI the wrong information, or we give it the wrong commands, it will give us wrong results. So that's what's happened there. So the AI simply didn't understand, because we were using a transcribe model that would transcribe something in Dutch to Dutch. And we put in English and said transcribe in Dutch, and then it doesn't understand. Then you need a more advanced AI that would detect the language and then transcribe it, but that's not what the Runway ML does. So anyways, this did give us the option with a little bit of ChatGPT to go in and actually add subtitles to our courses if that's a thing that we want to do. Yeah, we could re-record all the videos. The thing there is that if I would re-record and do the things, that the course is like 3 years old. So I'm actually updating the course today. Then I would rather go and create a new course and then maybe record it both in Danish and in English. What do you think about this subscribe thing? I think it's pretty cool and it works pretty well. Write it in the comments below. If you want to see the video where we made Remy the raindrop move, there's a link to that one up here.